it's just her third game back, but Izzy looked really confident and comfortable out there. How big is that to just have this big of a game, just literally 3 games back from knee injury?
Well, we knew at some point, it was going to be comfortable for her. It just takes some time. I was even surprised at how comfortable she was, how aggressive she was. But when you consider how hard she's worked and how much time she's put in, this is probably the best version of herself physically that there has been since junior year in high school. I was just really happy to see her out there doing what she loves to do. And, she made easy FUD plays. People know like she's a great shooter, but I don't think they realize what a terrific basketball player she is and how many different things she can do.
Coach, how has the reception been since you've been in the Bahamas? And how did you enjoy the tournament?
The reception is, the hotel's great. The people running the tournament are very accommodating, and everything's taken care of. There's really no part that you're scrambling around to do. Well organized. I think I love the fact that it's only 2 games, instead of 3, and the kids have enjoyed it. And that you come down here to play 2 games, try to win 2 games, and at the same time take advantage of it in a beautiful place, and I think we have.
Talk to me about that third quarter. Ole Miss is known for disrupting and defending, and they came out smoking in that third quarter. So talk to me a little bit about what you saw in that third quarter from them.
I thought the way the first half played out, I think our defensive game plan, I thought, was about as perfect as it can be in the first half. So we knew, we talked about it at halftime, that there was going to be a marked difference in their approach and how they were going to attack us. And we lost a little bit of our composure, and we lost a little bit of our defensive toughness, our defensive intensity. And they're really good at attacking you one-on-one and finishing at the glass. They're able to give themselves second and third and fourth opportunities. And I think one thing led to another. For us, one thing led to another negatively, and for them, one thing led to another, and they built on it positively. So as much as you hate to see it happen, it gave us an opportunity to regroup and play that fourth quarter and take control of the game again. But I'm not surprised at all of how that third quarter played out from their end. A little bit surprised on our end. But that's why we came down here. We have 5 players that have never played at UConn. So it's a learning experience for everybody. We learned a lot.
Geno was perfect from the field, led you guys in plus minus today. What did you feel like made her so effective?
She didn't do anything that is hard for her to do. She stayed within the context of who she is. What we need from Geno this year, right now, at this point in time, is we need her to play great defense because of her size and her ability to take up space. We need her to be a great rebounder. And we need her to just be a target that we can throw it to and make easy shots look easy, right? And I thought she accomplished all those things. That was my message to her. These are the 3 things we need you to do. And again, here's a kid that's not played basketball in a long, long time. And first time she's been in this situation. And I thought she was really I mean, she gives us a little bit of what we don't have, you know, and we haven't had in quite some time.
Crazy have played hardly any games together these past 5 years. You know, they're so close off the court, so close on the court. What was it like for you to finally see them together again, doing what they both do so well in a game?
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to see that very often. It certainly does change the game. It does change our approach, how we can attack. It does allow us to take advantage of being able to attack on two sides of the floor instead of just one. But even more important than that, as I said earlier, just to see AZ be able to give us, I don't even know how many minutes you played. Give us the how many? 27. Give us the number of minutes that she played. I think that's her and Paige are going to spend a lot of minutes on the floor together. And if this is what it's going to look like, then, I'm excited to see it.
Seems like a really physical game, especially in the second half. I mean, how did you feel like, especially like the younger guys kind of navigated that pressure?
Yeah, I think they're, except for the point guard spot, I think they're bigger than us at every position. And they're athletic, they're tough. They got guys that can score, one-on-one. And they're tough to guard, man to man, and their offense is really good in the beginning because they can get an open shot from a guy that's a good one-on-one player. And then their offense is really good at the end when they miss and they go get it, and continue their offense. So they're a handful for anybody, you look at that first game of the year that they played, and so this is it's not a one-time thing for them, they they're a handful.
Did this feel like a tournament type game? I mean, it felt like, I know it's a small crowd, but it felt pretty high energy in there.
Yeah, these are the kind of games you get in the NCAA tournament for sure. You're going to have to win these kind of games. I think that's why you put yourself in these situations, because you want to be able to refer back to them and use them as learning experiences. Not that if you lose a game like this, it signals anything. I don't think Ole Miss is going to go back home and go, oh my God, there goes our chance of winning a national championship, But I think it just gives you an opportunity to, identify this is what it's going to be like. And you need to prepare every day for, handling this. And that was one of the big questions that I wanted to see answered, are we able to handle the size and the physicality? This would have been a great game to have Yana, right? And Aubrey, that would have been amazing to have those two be able to throw out there, but we don't. So I wanted to see whether or not we can handle it, and I was pleasantly surprised by how we handled it for the most part. I thought for 30 minutes we handled it great. For 10, not so great.
She's in the office today. Do you just have an update on how he's progressing? Because you just started contacting.
Yeah. We just started. And then, I think there was 3 or 4, maybe. I don't know how many practices she actually had contact wise, maybe 3 or 4. And at practice yesterday, she ran into, she told me that my body's falling apart. She said, my body's older than you are, which was really like that put me back a little bit. Come on. But right now she just feels like she can't get it. She can't get a clear runway, you know, but we'll get her back. It's just a little setback right now.
These tournaments so early really shows you a lot about your team and their identity. After these past two games, totally two different games, like you said.
Yeah.
What are you taking away that's most impressing you, and or maybe that you still want to work on after these two games?
Well, there's always something that needs to be worked on. You know, today was one of those days where we were not going to be able to get off a lot of threes with their, you know, with the way their defense was playing. So it became a game where we could get to the basket more than we normally do. So you take away that you have to be able to play a different game every night and play the game that's called for that night. You can't say this is who we are, this is how we're going to play, and no, you can't do that. You have to say I want to play this way, but at the same time, the game's going to dictate this is how you're going to play tonight. This is how you're going to have to win tonight. And I you know, I'm glad that we saw that this early in the season, you know, and that we can do that. You know, they're not an easy team to attack one-on-one. And I thought we put the ball on the floor a lot and got to the basket a lot, which I wasn't sure we could do.